All right, EAD10, let me show you what it is. It consists of two parts. This is a sensor unit which goes on the bass drum hoop, okay? I've got mine down here. And then this is the module which it connects to. If you put this on your bass drum hoop and connect it with two cables, you have effectively mic'd your drum kit, okay? It's that simple. I know that's a really big claim, but let me show you how it works. And it really does work, okay? So this sensor unit has got two microphones in it. And that's not the clever part, okay? The microphones pick up the whole kit, but it's what happens inside the module which is the clever part. It uses lots of DSP, digital signal processing, to make what comes in here sound as a drum kit should do, okay? So at the moment this is completely flat. There are no effects on it, no nothing, no processing, it's just completely flat. That's fine, but I'm a drummer. I like big drum sounds. I want to have a nice big processed drum sound. I don't want to just have a normal drum sound. Why have a normal drum sound? So what I can do is the DSP allows me to add effects onto this drum kit. Remember, you are hearing the sound of this drum kit. There are no samples, there's no triggering, there's nothing clever. It's just the sound of this drum kit. Okay, so I'm going to turn up the compression as I play. I'll turn it back down again because I don't want to have that massively compressed sound. And I can turn up the reverb. And if I don't like the reverb, which I don't, I'll just pick a different one. That does works. Easy, okay? So that takes about 30 seconds to set up. I put that on the bass drum hoop, I connect it up to the module, and that's done, okay? Now, if that's all it did, that would be good enough. But this does so much more. So, because it does DSP, I can do some really clever stuff. I've always wanted to be Stuart Copeland. I can be Stuart Copeland, okay? Or maybe I want to be John Bonham. Or, you know, maybe some English drummer who's famous for one very big drum fill. I could just do that as well. It's easy. I'm only using presets at the moment. So these are all stuff which comes as part of the EAD. Now, everything you've heard up until now is these drums. Let me show you how sensitive this system is. Let's go down here. Now, if I grab my shaker, you can hear this hopefully. Okay? So if I move my sticks, turn the snares off. That's probably too loud. Or if I want to, you know, maybe do a little bit of this. You can hear that in your headphones? Okay, so we're talking really sensitive. We're not talking some just normal standard microphone system where I've got to play hard to get the best out of it. This will track everything. Okay? So really, really powerful. So at the moment, everything is just this kit, but I can add on another layer. The sensor unit on the bass drum has got a trigger built into it. Okay, so I can add on another sound onto the sound of my 22-inch Black Maple Tour Custom bass drum. That's it by itself. But if I turn one knob, I've got a little 18-inch bass drum. Okay, it's possibly a little bit loud. Back that off a little bit. Or if I want some serious sub. Or some even more serious sub. Okay, it's all there and it's all built in. Now, if you notice, when I hit the snare, I've got another sample. That is because I've got an optional extra DT50 trigger on the snare drum. That allows me to layer sounds on top of the snare drum as well. If I'm using internal samples, there's 747 internal samples. I can add another 100 of my own samples, okay? So we're not short of sounds, okay? So I could do something like this. I could add on some vintage calf head drum sounds. So I can make this sound like a vintage drum kit. Okay, now the reason why it's so simple is it's just basically these three controls here. I can adjust the reverb, the effect, which is compression normally, and the trigger, which is your sample volume, for every single kit. I've got 200 kits that I can work on, okay? So very, very powerful. But the other thing that makes it really cool is I can record really easily. So I hit one button and away I go. Okay, normally I'd have to set mics up or buy a separate recorder. I can just do it directly from here. I can record in three ways. One, into the module. Two, into my computer directly. If I use Pro Tools, Logic, Ableton, anything like that, you can record directly in as a stereo feed. And the third way I can do it is to use the app. The app is this, it's called Record and Share, and I can open up any tune in my iTunes or in my Dropbox, and I can just play it. So, just hit play, there we go. Right, so whenever I open up a new tune in the app will generate a click. It will create a click track, just like this. So the app's done that, it's nothing to do with me, okay? If I slow the track down, or speed it up, okay, it's really, really simple. So I can just do that. But the other thing which is brilliant about this is I can connect the app to the EAD. I can use the camera in the iPads and the audio from the EAD to make my own drum videos. So this is something we did yesterday. Okay, it doesn't get any easier. To make a drum video, you can just do it like this. So that is EAD. It's an audio capture device for your acoustic drum kit. You can change the sound of it with effects. You can change the sound of it by putting samples on. You can record in three different ways: into the module, into your computer, into the app. You can record drum videos. You can upload to social media. You can do whatever else you want.